Hey everybody, welcome to HeatMyShorts. I hope you're all doing well today. Before we get going, I just want to wish a happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating a birthday today, and a happy unbirthday to the rest of us. Let's all have a great day today. This is episode 40 of Flying Across Canada. This hopefully will be take 2, actually. We started flight and the computer had other plans. It exited to the desktop. It's really struggling these days. I don't know, I gave it a restart and hopefully we'll have better luck this time. So, we're flying across Canada, episode 40. It's almost been a year of this. February 14th will be 1 year of flying across Canada. I'm really stretching it out, but you know what? I'm really enjoying it, and I'm realizing that it's taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, which I'm cool with that. I hope you are too. We seem to be still getting views on these ones, so I'll keep doing them, and I probably will be anyways, even if we don't get many views. I enjoy them. So anyways, I am going to have a seat in my pilot's chair. If you could all find your seats, there's only, I think, 4 seats on board here, but I think if we squeeze, we can probably fit more. And we will be making multiple trips. You can come back as many times as you want. That's the beauty of these things. So I'm gonna have a seat, get strapped in, and close this door. It's a little bit chilly in here. Now I did actually, was it yesterday? It was very recently. I think it was yesterday. I took the simulator apart because it wasn't working very well, and I actually notched the seat into the floor very nicely. It fits, I don't want to say perfectly, but very nicely. Let's get this door closed. And it just feels, there we go, that's a little bit quieter too. I don't have to yell as much. Where were we? Right, it just feels a little bit more solid and, well, realistic, aside from when it jumps to the desktop. Pardon me, a little tickle in my throat this morning. It is chilly in here. So, let's have a look at our notes and see what we are up to today. We're at God's Lake Airport in Manitoba for episode 40. The code here is Charlie Juliet Bravo 6. We're in a Cessna 182 Skylane RG. We will be heading 165 degrees or so on the compass, 37 nautical miles southeast. Arriving at Red Sucker Lake Airport, the code there is Charlie Yankee Romeo Sierra, and in the time that it took me to write these notes, it changed our estimated flight time. It added 1 minute. I'm not sure what happened there, but it estimates a 21-minute flight time. So, get this airplane, I was gonna say ready for takeoff, but I think it is ready for takeoff. No, nobody joined us? It's just us? Maggie's in the very back there, you can't quite see her. We'll have a hangout with her at the end. And then at the end I'll tell you where we're flying to next. So, I'm gonna apply my toe brakes. My flaps are already set. The aircraft is all ready for takeoff. So release my parking brake. Flaps are set. Actually, let's make sure. Flaps are set. And controls seem to be free. Let's try our rudder. Yeah, there we go. Apply our toe brake again, and let's actually bring up our map first, make sure it's functioning. We are good there. It's actually probably closer to like 170 degrees. I don't know. Let's throttle up and take off. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened. Brake, and we are rolling. It seems to be very windy here, giving it a lot of rudder to keep it more or less in a straight line. Oh, now we got a wind from the other way. Okay, it's quite gusty. think we could probably rotate now. And we are up. Now I will turn off my landing lights and taxi lights, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna retract my gear because I can do that on this aircraft. Ready for a beautiful sunset before too long. A little bit of dark clouds up ahead. Let's level our flaps. There we go. And we're out of here. We are out of God's Lake Airport, Manitoba. Heading off to Red Sucker Lake, Manitoba. Take it back to the inside here. This airplane actually is quite noisy on the inside. That's alright. I don't mind that sound at all. Now, I believe this airplane does have autopilot. Let's see if we can get an altitude hold mode set on this thing. Let's see here. Are we at 2,000 feet? Is that what I'm reading there? Let's try. Oh, not that one. Very sensitive little dial. Let's try that. How are we doing here? We're good there. Does that do it? There, vertical speed. We don't need that. Back course approach more, heading select. Either way, it is incredibly stable. It seems to be actually, if I'm reading this correctly, closer to 3,000 feet. But you know what? It's flying level and I'm okay with that. We're more or less on course there. So I'm going to talk about the airplane a little bit. Tell you what's going on here. Sink down into my seat a little bit better for a nicer view. There we go. So the 182 Skylane RG is a single engine, 4-seat light utility aircraft built by Cessna of Textron Aviation of Wichita, Kansas, USA. I didn't know that's where Cessna and Textron were out of. The 182 base model first flew in September of the year 1955. There's over 23,237 of the 182s built. I don't know why it says over that many if it's a precise number like that, but we'll take it as it is. The RG model designates the retractable gear, which was offered from 1978 to 1986. There was also a TR 182 RG with a turbocharged engine, but we weren't able to get a hold of one of those to fly. The retractable gear improves climb and cruise speeds with better fuel economy, but it does come at the expense of added maintenance costs. Cruise speed of the 182 is 156 knots. Maximum altitude is 18,100 feet. Kind of funny specific. And the range is 655 nautical miles. And we ran out of room on the page at that point, so that's all the facts that I wrote down. I guess that's not bad. Close up the flight book for this flight. Looks like we are getting into some weather up ahead here. Not too bad. Some light precipitation. Not too bad at all. I do really dig this airplane. I'm a big fan of the Cessna airplanes in general, and I really like the retractable gear. It just looks nice and clean when it's all tucked away like that. looks sleek. It's kind of hard to get a good glimpse of it, but if you can bounce the light off, they've done a really nice job of mapping out this aircraft. All the wrinkles and pop rivets and details in the metal, the stains underneath from the exhaust and the oil. Just done a really nice job of this. It's a really good looking aircraft. We do have our League of Fire number, HeatMyShorts on the side. I don't know, it just kind of, I wanted to think of a number, and the registration number for our aircraft series that kind of seemed realistic, but also pertains to the channel. That's the best I could come up with. And if you were to say that on the radio, we would be Lima Oscar Foxtrot 39er Hotel Mike Sierra. Sounds pretty cool, actually. I did not remember to start our timer on this flight, but that is okay. I'm actually going to turn off the autopilot here. I'm not the biggest fan of flying with autopilot, to be honest. I like to fly. I did get this simulator because I wanted to fly aircraft, not because I wanted to watch a video of my computer flying in a straight line. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am a big fan of the Cessna 182. Very cool plane. Bring up our map and see how we're doing. We are a little bit off course and about halfway through our leg of the journey already. Beautiful area here, lots of forests, lots of trees, lots of lakes. There's snow. It's winter. I guess there's basically snow everywhere right now. Even in places that don't normally have snow this year, it seems like. What is this? It seems we have a message. Set course to 172. Okay, I was actually closer on my first guess. That's funny. 172 is our heading. Now, to be completely honest with you all, I am flying with a side stick instead of my yoke today. I have realized that when I fly with my yoke, it actually shakes the desk a little bit, which also shakes the screen that I'm recording on. So that doesn't really work for me. So I'd rather fly unrealistic here under the radar so it looks better on camera. So I've noticed a few times it goes blurry during flight, and I think that's why. I think it's because it starts shaking and it doesn't know what to do. I really don't know, but either way, a shaky camera, I don't know. Not ideal. Now it seems we are getting a little bit of ice on our windshield here. We do have our de-icing on and our airflow on, but we are icing up a little bit here. Yeah. Turn our panels up a little bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. What's this? Fuel pump. Yeah, we don't need that right now. Funny thing about airplanes, you don't use your fuel pumps the whole time. You only use them to start your airplane. Still a little bit off course here. Correct it a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little bit of altitude just so we can get over these clouds for a little bit. There we go. Bump the throttle there. Whoops, sorry about that. Might not quite have enough climb speed to clear these clouds. That's all right. Just ice up a little bit more. Oh, look at that, some lights. I guess we don't really need all the lights on. I just like to flick switches and stuff, you know? Remember those other ones? Yeah, we don't really need those on. What's this? Okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat. Different avionics. Different startup. That's pretty neat. What? Nothing. Oh, look at that. We're like facing the wrong direction. How did that even happen? Sorry. You okay back there, Maggie? A little bit off course there, just like a little bit. It's because of the ice. We're all iced up, I can't tell. The clouds, you know, it's foggy. Haven't been flying much. Busy turning dials. What can I say? It's a good thing I'm not a real pilot. It is a very good thing. People often ask me, you think you could fly a real plane? And I often say yes, but like moments like that really make me second guess that answer. You know? Especially because I also can't figure out how to de-ice the airplane. That seems like pretty basic stuff that I should be able to figure out. We got the pitot heat. That's what that is. Named after the man that invented it, I suppose. I think that's how that went. A little low again here. Some beautiful weather though, which is nice. Take the outsides for some nice views. Could not decide which livery to go with, and I did last minute decided I really like this blue and red and white. They're all white base, but I really like the blue and red one. It looks nice. Back a little bit, make sure we're not going to miss our destination, because that can happen. What's going on here? There we go. And I seem to remember I did pre-fly this, but I honestly cannot remember. Maybe it crashed every time, I'm not really sure. It's also been a very interesting week or so, if you didn't catch any of that. I've had some medication complications, and I really was not doing well at all. I'm doing a lot better now. I'm feeling great today, better every day, more and more like myself again. so a couple more little lakes and we're there. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting close now. I do really wish we were a little more defrosted for this landing here. I guess it's just really cold here. I don't know. I did not check the thermometer. I did not check the temperature. Oh, look at that, eh? Must be just right around here somewhere. That kind of almost rings a bell. Let's see. Okay, we're landing there. I forgot to write down which runways we're using this time. I actually was pretty stoked that I did that last time, and then I forgot all about it. Alright, we're getting very close to our destination here. Still don't quite see it. We can get our landing lights turned on. Basically there, so I'm gonna put our gear down. I still do not see it. Am I looking the wrong way? Yeah, I was looking the wrong way, and that's why I couldn't see it. That's why. That's definitely why I couldn't see it. So I'm gonna get our flaps angled. One notch to begin with. We do not need our map anymore. That's pretty funny. Now I do know that Red Sucker Lake Airport is named after an indigenous tribe in the area. I'm not sure if this here is specifically Red Sucker Lake. I don't want to assume it is, but it could be. See, our airplane's quite iced up there. Got some ice all over the wings and the front cowl there. Windshield's quite iced up. It is very iced up. I think we can still stick this landing though. We should have no problem with that. That's my hopes anyways. That's my aims. Hope you've enjoyed this flight. Just remind you to keep your seatbelt buckled until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the propeller has stopped moving. Perhaps. Now we can just keep our doors closed until the propeller stops moving, actually. I was trying to sound professional. Kinda worked until I had to correct myself. So let's align our heading. To Red Sucker Lake Airport. Charlie Yankee Romeo Sierra is the code here. I'm going to give it one more degree of flaps there. Take it back to the inside. It looks great. It looks like a watercolor painting out this window. No problem whatsoever. I think it's even worse as you zoom in. Yeah, totally. Okay. So we're gonna use a lot of the external view for this landing today. Oh. I can tell the computer's working a little extra hard right now. It's always extra fun to land when your computer's struggling too. But you know what? That is what you call a butter landing. That was very nice, I must say. I'm very happy with this landing. I'm just going to spin around right here. No, a little more, come on. Is that the brakes that's holding this thing so much? Yeah, wow, this thing has really good brakes. I was using one brake there. I was using my left brake and keeping the right wheel free, or so I thought. Maybe this aircraft doesn't have independent brakes. I don't know. You'd think it would. Braking is an excellent... Yeah, see, I'm using my brakes to steer there. The brakes are an excellent way to steer an aircraft. The rudders can be quite sensitive. I even have my rudders dialed back quite a bit on sensitivity. We have ground crew personnel over there, straight ahead. That's easy. Come on. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this thing moving. I do know how to read their hand signals, I'm just having trouble with it. Alrighty. Here. That was a pretty good landing, I must say. Now let's get our lights turned off, our beacon, our panel. Let's close up our cowl flap, let's turn off our pitot heat, our de-icing, turn off our avionics, alternator, there goes our battery, and there's our magneto turned off. Turn off all this good stuff, that one too, get our flaps back to 0. And what do we have here? Did we miss anything? 0, 0. I think we're all good. There we go. Here we are. I am honestly not sure if this thing has back doors. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so we're all done here. Frosty front window. We're safe though. We're here at Red Sucker Lake Airport. How long did that take? 29 minutes. Not bad. Let's zoom out and see what the Wookiee's up to. Here's our setup. I sometimes show the setup. I suppose I don't really talk about it that often. We do have this. My buddy Brandon bought me a new gauge for the simulator. I am super stoked on that. I'm super grateful for that. Are you sleeping already? We just landed, Maggie. We literally just landed. I told you we needed to have a hangout. Oh. Hey, she's already sleeping. The engine's still warm, Maggie. The propeller's barely even stopped. That's okay. She does a lot of work with that navigating stuff. She really helps to keep us on track. What? You want this? Oh, just a big stretch. A big stretch. Yeah. Well, this was fun. Episode 40 of Flying Across Canada. I didn't think it was going to take us a year to do this journey, but I'm kind of glad that it is taking a year. So is Maggie. She's a good girl. Anyways, I am feeling a lot better even today. I am going to pick up my new prescription from the pharmacy sometime, probably when I'm done uploading this, I guess, because I don't even know what time it is right now. But looking forward to that. Get some groceries. Today was my disability payday. I don't know which. I have 2 paydays for disability. They're both small amounts, and I get them on different days. So that's kind of nice. I get to get groceries today. That's exciting. Not that I'm out of food, but you know, there's a couple things I could use. Anyways, next episode we're flying to Sachigo Lake in our last stop in Manitoba for episode 41. We'll be flying a McDonnell Douglas 500 helicopter next time. Keep an eye out for that one. It'll be in, I don't know, a couple weeks. Never know, really, right? Anyways, in this corner, you'll see our HeatMyShorts logo. In this corner, another great flight simulator channel I found called Gatcomb, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Great instructional videos on flying and aircraft and all sorts of things. Check it out if you haven't already. Give him a subscribe. Tell him HeatMyShorts sent you. Not that he even knows who I am, but then he'll know. Up here is some playlists or content for you to click and enjoy. I hope you all have a great day. We will hang out again tomorrow. I promise. This has been HeatMyShorts with Maggie and Steve. The Maggie Show. Bye-bye.